loved ones. This is RPA from Dubai. Today is 1st January 2020. This is my New Year message to all of you. To give you an update of what is happening in the energy dimension, what is happening with ourselves, the humanity, and what strategy we should take so that we can use best way possible to the current level of energy. And of course, lots of love to you and your family members for this new year. First, let me explain you at the cosmic level what is happening. As you are aware, I have shared earlier, the frequency of Earth is increasing. This frequency is the surface frequency of Earth, like you can say it is an atmosphere. And those who are interested to know more about it, just check Schumann resonance. Schumann is a German scientist, and that's how this frequency is measured, what frequency I'm talking about. This frequency will peak in this year, 2020. It has already started increasing since 2012 December, and it is going to peak in coming year. There will be more cosmic activities, planetary activities this year. You are already aware that last 26th of December, there was a solar eclipse, and there is another lunar eclipse coming on 10th January. So before going to further details of the whole year, let me inform you this period, because of planetary positions, we need to be a little bit cautious and careful till 13th of January. In this period, do not take any major decisions. Try to more focused on the spiritual practices. And one specific point I like to mention, don't make commitments without thinking, because in this period, because of the planetary positions, there will be more likely that people do overcommit, which may not be practical, which is difficult to maintain later on. So this is just a small cautionary note. And there will be some kind of behavioral pattern change within us during this period. What my advice would be to spend more time in meditating to calm it down. So the effect of those emotional, mental activities, I don't want to use the term disturbances, the higher activities will come down due to this meditation. Well, this is about January. Then next lunar eclipse is coming on 5th June. Thereafter, solar eclipse 21st June. Again, lunar eclipse on 5th of July, and the other one on 30th of November, and solar eclipse again on 14th of December. So the list is big. This year, I'm just not considering the 26th December one, which is last year. In this 2020 itself, there will be 6 of eclipses, solar and lunar. This will have a major impact. This is very uncommon. Normally 4 eclipses are common, but coming up to the 6th one within an year, calendar year, is a bit rare. All these have a purpose to contribute to raising the frequency and going to the higher energy level. And you may see more natural calamities happening, more earthquakes and floods, and more of the other climatic activities like forest fires. You know that already Australia is undergoing a major phase there. There will be more volcanic activities that already there are few reported last year. There will be more this year. And in general, there will be so-called more responsibility crisis in the political level. As you are aware, there are a lot of things that are happening in the political domain, but nobody wants to take responsibility for it. That's called responsibility crisis. By listening to this, you can come to a state where you become fearful. And understandably, these are sounding like fearful things, but at the same time, these are the symptoms of some permanent change is going to come in this year. Permanent change, the way we live, the way a country is run, the way we handle the environment, the way we handle each other. And already many people are facing relationship issues in past year, and all these things will come to the surface. Basically, this will lead you to redefine yourself. Redefining means going inward and bring out your true power from within. The attachment with external world need to cut so that the true power from your within, the spiritual power that comes up, it is your choice. You have to choose it. And all this chaos, all these things happening, we can call this phenomena, this a typical era, is like a battle to end all the battles. This is the last one for the humanity. And definitely a new era will come out of this. Of course, it will not happen overnight. It will take time, but it will happen for sure, which will be governed by principles laid on humanity, laid on the principles that we are one. I think in 2015, I asked Babaji that why we see so many problems. Why, if we are going towards a better future, golden era, why we don't see the people are more happy, there is more peace, people are having more income, there are more jobs. That time I remember Babaji told me that money cannot solve all the issues what humanity is facing. Only pure unconditional love can. I didn't fully understand that the meaning, but the way it is going, it will be finally settled with pure love energy of humanity. That will be the solution to all this. How come this can be solved? Because we see that the chaos is increasing day by day. There is no symptom of having any kind of calm down effect or cool down effect. If you observe that over the period of last few years, you are right. Chaos is getting more and more predominating, even increasing. So how we can overcome this and go towards that, the era? To explain this, let me give an analogy. I'm sure all of you have seen how the potteries are made, earthen pots and things like that. There is a wheel which is operated by hand, and the pottery is made there on top of that wheel, that kind of wheel, or any wheel. What is happening is the wheel, when it's rotating, and or you can say it is a like the children merry-go-round sort of thing. The children play on some disc is rotating and they hold some bar and that kind of thing. Imagine that kind of disc is rotating and you are on top of it. And the speed of that rotational speed is increasing over the period of time. Exactly that is what is happening with Earth. The energy is increasing, the frequency is increasing day by day. If you are standing at the edge of that wheel, most likely one point of time you'll be thrown out. from that disk. But uh, it is also may not be possible to hold the bar any longer because the force is so high that it will try to throw you out of the wheel. So what is the strategy? More you go outer side, you will face more such force which will try to dislodge you. And the reality is, most of us in today's world is facing their life in that way. Tremendous amount of force trying to dislodge them. The strategy would be come and walk towards the center. That's what spirituality is showing you. Spirituality is guiding you to center yourself. Do not be focused on the outside. Do not be fearful about this energy and go more further towards the edge. Then you will get more disturbances. But when you come near the center, then the force you are facing, the centrifugal force which is trying to throw you out, will get reduced because radius is decreasing. And when you come absolutely at the center of the wheel, you'll become standstill. In the mind level, also we teach how to arrive at the stillness of the mind. That means no thought. The purpose is to come to the center of that wheel so that no matter what speed external world is facing, you are always centered, always calm, and always still. You are not moving at all. Well, now you understand the purpose of that. It is a cleansing process the earth is going through. So the best strategy would be follow the spiritual path, come to the center, and reinvent yourself. When you come to the center, that spiritual guidance you will be receiving that will help you to reinvent yourself. Whichever your earlier guiding principles of life, what happened with you, all these things will no longer matter because we're going towards a new era. You have to drop whatever you had been carrying till now. And in this process, it's not easy to get rid of everything, but it is also important to undergo this process. What will happen in this process? Your fear will be tested to a limit. Lot of fear will come. Fear of everything, losing everything. All of your tactics, how you managed your life earlier, will be tested. You are successful in managing your life, but now slowly it will no longer be effective. Whether it is your professional front or personal relationship front and all will be come to the tested position. Your karmic accounts will come to the surface. It will show its effect. And it will be very fast forward process. It will like to come very quickly. And they're also possible a lot of pain will come out, whatever is. It was subtle or not been addressed earlier will come out. Now, for redefining yourself, it is important to all those things you have to let go. Spirituality will help you that. I will explain you the process, what I recommend you all of you to do. I'll come that later on. But it is important to understand that those of you who will be using spirituality just to escape from reality, they will miss the point. They will not get the ultimate liberation. Those of you who are ready to face it, no matter what comes in life, you have full confidence on your own power to face it, they will be liberated from it. So this is just one reminder that do not come to spiritual path just to get relief from what you are going through. That is too little way to settle it. Look for the ultimate liberation from whatever happening, and that will be the permanent. Let not external factors determine what your spiritual progress is. When you are on the path, you will definitely reach to the destination. But at the same time, you have to understand that no path is completely straight and smooth anywhere in the world. So as the life. On the life's path, ups and downs will come. You cannot get ultimate liberation only to escape the rough patches of it. Continue your sadhana, do your own practice regularly, to be on the journey. Ultimately, you will reach at the destination. If you keep coming only during bad part and in the good part, you would drop off from this train, you can say. Then one point of time, you will miss the train altogether. So my advice would be to be consistent, regular in your practice, and it will take you ultimately wherever you are going, wherever you need to be. Now let me give you some practical tips how to do it, how to let go of the things what you are still carrying. To do that, just keep some free time, say 1 or 2 hours of free time, so that sit quietly in your home or anywhere you feel comfortable, where nobody will disturb you, and keep a paper with you. Now, sit quietly and breathe in and breathe out few times to calm you down. And put your hands on your heart, your physical heart, left hand side. And after putting the hand, you ask your heart, please bring all the things I had in this life I have undergone so far in my life, which has impacted my life in any way. And after a few minutes, release your hand and close your eyes and try to see what comes up in your mind. All the points, all your life events that come in your mind, just note down on the piece of paper. You can intermittently close your eyes to remember, then open your eyes to write down. Only few words. Don't write whole chapter on that. Just point so that you remember what was the issue. This process continue as long as things are coming to your mind. The list can be 10, 20, 100, 500, doesn't matter. Just keep enough paper, loose papers, and you write it them down on that with a pen. So when all the list is over, when you feel that you are done now. By the way, one point I should mention, in the listing there can be good memories, bad memories, ugly memories, or whatever comes in your mind. Yeah, don't hesitate. Nobody else is going to read this paper. So just write them down. It's not about the good memories only or your painful memories only, doesn't matter. Whatever comes in that particular time, once you ask to reveal what is important, things you faced in life, write all of them so far. And then you express gratitude to the divine, to having all this. That whatever you have gone through in this life and person who you become right now, be thankful for that. Then you pray that all these memories, whatever you had for so far and come to this level, so thank everything, even the bad ones. Thank the universe. Then you get up and then you read them once and then burn those papers and see them burning. You can put a small steel container or metallic container to burn that. Put a lighter and burn them. And you can throw the ashes into some toilet and flush it, whatever you want, that just to clean it, and then come back. Now you start meditation of the second part. This second part is about what you want, what you intend in this phase of life. The old has gone. Now, in this particular one, you need not to write down anywhere. Just intention, just intend. Start each and every item with I intend. Suppose you want the financial prosperity. So you said, I intend to have a prosperous life. I intend to have a healthy body. I intend to have an open mind. I intend to have my heart full of love. I intend to have my compassion for all creations. I intend to have the knowledge of my higher self. I intend to get liberated from all ignorances. Like that, bring your intention in your heart chakra. It's not a physical heart, it's a heart chakra now. And put both of your hands in front of your heart chakra. Like suppose you wanted to hold some water in your hands. So the way you keep your hands like that, you keep both of your hands together in front of your heart chakra. Now you intend the green color ball or globe is there. You are holding that in your hands in front of your heart chakra. The heart chakra color is green, so as the color of some transparent ball, like a glass ball, but not heavy, light, like a bubble. You intend there is a green color bubble you are holding on your hands in front of your heart chakra. And feel that whatever you intend, that is going into that bubble, green bubble. All your intentions, the energy is going into that bubble. And then, when you feel it is complete, whatever you like to be in the year 2020, whatever progress in any areas of your life you wanted to make, you put it into that, the green bubble. It's an energy bubble, of course, it's not a physical bubble, but energy bubble, you are just intention, you're holding, imaginary bubble. It's not imagination, but just to sake of understanding, you intend there is a ball or imagine ball. Imagination is a mind activity. Intention is a higher spiritual activity. So basically, you have to intend there is a ball. So now, once that green bubble is full of all your intentions, whatever, you take your time. There is no hurry. Once you feel you are complete, then with a deep gratitude to the divine, you raise your hands and as if you are releasing the bubble. If there is an actual bubble on your hand, then if you want to raise, like suppose there is a balloon in your hand, then you wanted to fly the balloon off in the air. So what you do, you raise your hand and release it, release the balloon. Similar way, you raise your hand and release that green bubble to the universe. We pray that all my intentions are there. Universe, kindly manifest it. And that is the process. Then you meditate for some time and say thank you to all the masters of Guru Mandala, Babaji and Mataji, to all who helped you to come to this level of awareness in this life. Thank all of them and then slowly come out of the meditation. So this is the process. I recommend you to do anytime convenient. There is no hurry. And it will take you to the new energy level of 2020. This is important that your old patterns, whatever happened in the past, you have to let go once for all. All of them need to die. That's why this process is very important. And this is the time. I have said earlier, there is a saying that by dying, I get immortal. Means first you have to die first, then the liberation will come. It looks like little conflicting, isn't it? That how come one die and then liberate? Also, I earlier mentioned few times, at the part of enlightenment process, one have to undergo everything what happens at the time of death. This is an exercise. You need to consciously undergo that process. At the time of death, all our money, our property, our designation, our education degrees, our relationships, everything goes at one moment. And finally, our body, we have to leave, and even the breathing, we have to leave our breathing, and then we leave the body. So at the time of death, whatever happens, if you can do that while you are alive, you get enlightened, you get liberated. How it is possible? Okay. Let me give you another analogy, another story. Our life is like bird in a cage. In three-dimensional life we lead, or in our three-dimensional reality, we don't realize, but we are in the cage. And in the cage, maybe the owner of the cage give us some little bit good food, we become very happy. Then we sing, owner become more happy. So owner is happy, owner is clapping, and we are more singing. So we become a talking bird, talk to the owner. Owner become more happy and show more people and get encouraged. Owner gives us a silver cage, or as we become more happy because we feel that we are rewarded. Better food, better place. But end of it is all at the cage. And that is exactly the way we live in this world. We think little comfort here and there, little food and drink, and better place. That's it. That's the reward. But end of it, that is also a cage. Then what we try to do, we know we need to get liberated. Then we thought that if we do some better performance, then maybe we'll get released. So we start singing better. We learn new skills, maybe dancing, maybe some pole vaulting things, circus type of activities, and it cheer up the owner. But more and more we do that, more and more the owner decides not to release because we are entertaining. So when all possible things have gone, then suppose, let me give another analogy to understand that. There are two cages, say. One yourself, there is another cage next to you. So you are competing with other birds. And you feel better that the other cage bird and you are better than the other cage. But both of you are in the cage. Owner may like to get some competition done. And this is exactly what is happening in our world, the way we live. Then one day you see the bird in the other cage has died. So the owner take that bird out, throw it off, and bought another bird and put it there. So far, people think that that is a part of life. Only way to escape that cage is to die. There is no other way. But once the wisdom comes to you, then you get an idea. Then what you do as a bird, you act like dying. You did the similar thing what the other bird happened at the time of death. You just pretend that you are dead. Owner comes and thinks, oh, you are useless. So you know, take you out of that cage and just throw it outside, and that time you fly. That time you get liberated. There's no one else to claim ownership on you. You are free. This process, what you took just now to get liberated, is to pretend or undergo whatever happens at the time of death, to do it in fully aware condition, in the living condition. Same thing all spiritual masters do. At the time of enlightenment, before enlightenment, they undergo this process. So they do everything. Maybe there was some food served in the cage and you pretend to be dying. You should not eat, say, maybe for a whole day, not even a one part of the food. Then you will get caught that you are acting. So don't accept anything till the time you get released. So that is what it means by dying, you get immortal. And this is exactly the process I'm recommending you to undergo in this year so that you get liberated forever. You get immortal. And my prayers are with you. May the Babaji and Mataji's blessings be always with you. With this, I close my voice message. Om Mangalam.